What's going on, guys? So we're back at it. Got the Go Kart all torn apart, as you've seen in our previous video. If you watched that, if not, you should stop and go watch that. Anyways, so I think the first thing we're going to tear into, because we've got to basically reassemble the transmission, or excuse me, we have to fix the transmission and the engine. The engine we're going to put a new jug on, piston, and then we're going to new springs and weights are over here. Spring and our weights. So from what my understanding is, these are 3 different sets of weights. I've got 10, 9, and I think 11. Yeah, 9, 10, and 11. The lighter, basically these weights fling out. The lighter they are, the longer it takes them to fling out. So basically you're in a higher RPM range. In other words, you get more torque out of your motor. I want to say it's either 12 or 14 is what they come with normally, and it just dogs. The other nice thing is with this spring, it will basically, it's kind of like putting a stall in a normal transmission. Nothing's basically going to happen until about 1500 RPM, which is also nice because this thing, we almost couldn't get it to idle low enough to not have it creep forward. So now we'll be able to keep the idle at a decent range. The thing's not going to sit there and try pulling itself forward. So I'm excited about that. But let's get this torn apart, get everything in pieces, and have a look at it then. So in every project you run into fun stuff. So I got the transmission all apart, tore into this thing, and we got some issues. So this roller is completely, I actually found the casing was in a different part. It's completely destroyed our housing. It jacked up this part of the housing. And then I was even looking at right there on all 3 of these. It's been eating through. So this thing, even if I take something, and clean this up, put it back together, that's not how, no. That's junk as far as I'm concerned. So we were thinking we were going to get a bunch done today. I'm going to jump on and get that ordered. The other thing which is kind of stupid that I sort of forgot about. So I ordered the jug, and at the time I wanted to order a jug and a head, and I forgot to order the head. Our head pretty much is fine, but our spark plug hole, it's all stripped out. I doubt you guys can see any of that. Maybe from this side. Anyways, so I know that I could probably just run a tap through there, straighten those threads out. But honestly, with it being aluminum, and as bad as it is in there, like I can see where there's metal that's been shifted, I just don't feel good about it. Even if I get a spark plug to thread in, what happens, 2, 3 of them, it starts to get loose, and then you've got to pull it all back apart. It's dumb. So I'm going to get that ordered. Unfortunately, sometimes things don't work out. All right. I'm on my own today, but we pretty much got everything that we need. One of the things we did order was the new head. Came in wrong. I just got sick and tired of waiting, so we actually ended up repairing the threads inside this one and then did a leak down test. This thing passes, so I think we're just going to use the old one. I wanted all new parts, but I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with just using that. So we're going to go ahead and get the transmission put together. I'll show little clips of that. And then get the cylinder in, or excuse me, the piston in, and get the jug and head all put together. I don't know. We'll see how far we get. I still need the spacer, or actually technically just a washer for that. I need castle nuts for the front, for this piece, and the pieces over there. But I think we can get quite a bit done today. So let's get at it. Okay, so a little bit of an update. I've got the motor pretty much assembled. Obviously, I just need the carburetor and the exhaust on there. I've got the CVT transmission pretty much done. Actually done. Covers on. That thing's all set to go. The thing I need to do now is change out the jets in the carburetor, because they come with, I want to say the main is 190. I don't remember what the pilot is, which are going to be wrong. You're supposed to run a 150 main and a 17.5 pilot for a 150cc GY6. I've got the aftermarket filter, so it's going to breathe better, and then I've got the aftermarket exhaust, so it's going to exhale better. So I'm actually going to bump it up just a little bit. I don't want it to run lean, so I'm probably going to go with a 20 and then a 160, just to, you know, hopefully have it tuned correctly. So I'm going to get back to work. Alright, time for a little update. It's not done, obviously. Still got a little bit of a ways to go, but carb's all put together, throttle cable's on, so all that stuff. I mean, this is just sitting here. I've got to, like I said, we got a ways to go. However, she runs. So I got to do a little bit of adjusting on the carburetor. I don't know if you could hear that, but when I go to wide open throttle, it kind of stammers there. I think it's running rich. I got to pull the spark plug and find out, but kind of on the home stretch at this point. I've got all the hardware that I need. So let's get this baby back together. We are finally done. There was a couple things we decided not to deal with, the reverse being one of them. We got the cable hooked up. This actuator pulls out, and that's what basically turns reverse on. We were pulling out, reverse was not coming on, so instead of tearing that all apart to figure out what's going on, which we will eventually do, we said forget it. The carburetor is on. This is a little bit of a annoying to get working. Also, with the new manifold, it actually basically put the carburetor outlet directly into this post. So we had to order a 30-degree bend silicone tube. Got our new air filter on there. The brake, the guy said it didn't work anymore. All it was is which I actually think I might have shown already, it was just the pads had worn down in the middle, so they were just touching together. So we literally just put it in, ordered new pads. I greased everything, put it all back together. It works amazing, love it. It actually starts now. Before, it used to take about an hour to get it to go. Now, fires right up. So I think, is there anything else I'm forgetting?
We put premium in it now.
Yeah, she's running on premium, high performance machine. I think the only thing left to do is do our top speed run and our track time. But honestly, I feel like this video is going to run a little long, so we'll make another video kind of putting this thing to its paces. We have all driven it. It is definitely quicker. A lot of the improvement would be that low to mid range. Top end, we didn't re-gear it or anything, so I'm not entirely sure that's going to be any different. Pretty much replaced every single electronic, but the thing absolutely runs fantastic. So we'll definitely do some more content, future videos. I do want to say thank you for subscribing. If you've already subscribed, thank you, and we'll catch you next time.